What's going on, guys? Just wanted to talk a little bit about like crypto influencers. I do think that crypto influencers are a net positive for the space. Anyone that can get utilization, adoption up is very worthy of talking to and embracing for people that are in the ecosystem. You have people that know nothing that are coming to a lot of these YouTubers or people on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And any amount of education that can be like instilled to them is good for the ecosystem and good for your project. I think the problem is that people get frustrated with, oh, the project paid them to talk about this video. But what I'm seeing is that I'm seeing them advertising that they're being paid by this platform. And, this is the pluses and the benefits of it, but this is like one of the negatives too. And, I think that the integrity is not necessarily beyond reproach of a lot of these crypto influencers, but hey, they're doing this as a full-time job. So you got to give them an outlet to use the expertise that they have and make money from it. So yeah, if it's a sponsored video, you might want to take it with a little bit of, or like a grain of salt, but still take in the visuals, still take in what is he doing here, and what can I take away from this, like on a objective basis. So I think that people really do put in a lot of work to being crypto influencers. I mean, you have the titans of crypto influencing, Justin Sun, John McAfee, Draper, Pomp, Charlie Lee, these guys that are in it like head first and that have huge followings. And when they make a tweet, that it moves markets. And when people talk to them, they feel like they have the pulse on the ecosystem. So I think that that's like a different breed than people that are smaller, like less than 10,000 followers, less than 20,000 followers. And they talk to people on Twitter, they engage people, and then occasionally they might send out like a referral link. I think it's those people that are small that are really moving the ecosystem. I mean, yeah, you see a tweet by someone that's already has like a lot going on, but that's a lot different than seeing a tweet from someone that knows the space, is in the space almost full time, and can give you like a hand holding in exchange for signing up for Binance, signing up for some sports site like Bovada or something. So I think those people are what really drive a lot of the adoption. People that appreciate every people that like or person that signs up through their referral link. So those people I think are like the bread and butter of crypto influencers. You know, even though they're not attracting millions of people, and when they talk to someone on a podcast or on YouTube, that it's not making movements in a big way, but it's definitely impactful. And certainly, if you're trying to get a project off the ground, all you really need to do in terms of a use case is to like talk to a few of these guys. They have connections. It's like real estate. You go into an agent and it's like, oh, do you know anyone in the area? Oh, agents generally know everyone in the area. So like these guys that have 10,000 followers, but when they tweet, they get 77 responses or likes and everything. And you can tell who has bot followers and who's has legitimately put in the time to have engagements from people. And those are the people that you're not going to come to with a CPM of 10 or 20 like for a podcast. You're coming into them because they're going to deliver serious lasting value. So I think that those people are like the pinnacle of the most helpful to the space. And then it goes like larger YouTube channels, and then it goes to like top influencers that have newsletters, and then it goes to people that speak at conferences. And then at the top, there's Charlie Lee, there's the people that actually have huge equity stakes or huge coverage in the industry, people that manage VC funds, people that manage manage portfolios that have crypto coverage in some way. So I think that as a whole, crypto influencers do great for the industry and should be embraced. And yeah, I mean, if they take in some crypto in the process, all they're doing is practicing what they're preaching and putting really their money where their mouth is, because a lot of them won't take cash. They'll take DAI, they'll take Ether, and if they have a bill to pay, they'll stake through a CDP on MakerDAO and get that DAI to put into a Movo account that'll be actually cash. So they're in it like head first, even at a low level. So I think that people definitely should follow people on Twitter. I put on blast like 10 people in California that I like. And there are a lot more people that are on YouTube: BitBoy, Crypto Wendy, Crypto Stash, Omar, and all these guys that have huge followings, but are putting out good content. And if you're into trading, you go Wendy. If you're into NFTs, then you go to Stash. If you're into interviews, you go to Omar. If you're into just about everything, there's a niche, and these guys are doing a good job of getting coverage in it. And the cool thing too, I think, is these influencers will talk to you at conferences. You go to CISLA, you go to ETH Denver, Bitcoin 2020 in San Francisco, and you can be sitting next to them. Like, I was at a crypto conference, and the guy sitting next to me, it's like, oh man, this guy has 100,000 followers, and he has videos that got millions of views, and he's asking you a question about crypto. So the fact that you can engage with a lot of these influencers on a one-on-one basis is pretty cool. You won't get that in a lot of areas, certainly, not professional sports, and in different business worlds, you can't just sit down with the CEO and ask them questions, but you can with someone that has like many hundreds of thousands of followers. And you'll get a perspective of someone that's spoken to people that are at the top of the industry and have spoken to people that manage MakerDAO, that manage, I've talked to and had dinner with Charlie Lee, that know the ins and outs of the industry. Oh, what are some cool projects that I should be getting into? And I think that knowledge, even more than some sort of analyst report, is compelling. Like, you want to know from a bottom-up basis exactly what's going on. So, and then you also see, in my experience, that the intelligence and enthusiasm drive is the best indicator of the success of a business. The technical fundamentals. It's like, yeah, if they're ticking up, that doesn't necessarily mean they're a good investment. They may have a bot that's buying them on Binance and then reselling them and creating froth and false volume. So you got to look at the people, and the core of who the people are crypto influencers.